up, everybody? It's your man, Culture Freedom, hip hop's top chef and one of the co-founders of the legendary hip hop group Poor Righteous Teachers. And you're watching Side B TV with my man, Phil Jackson. Y'all already know what time it is.
That's right, you know what this is. You hear the name, you know the voice. I go by the name of DJ Alamo.
Hey, what's going on? This is Phil Jackson, host of Side B TV on the Boombox Union channel. Please go back and hit that like and subscribe button. If you don't know what I do, this is what I do. I play classic and independent hip hop every single Sunday on WPRB 103.3 FM. The show is called Side B Radio, and on Saturdays, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., I'm down in Atlantic City on Splash 98.5 FM, and the show is called Under the Boardwalk, and all that stuff. But my thing is, I love music, I love MCs, but I respect the DJ. And you always got to respect the DJ. And, shout out to DJ Soulbuck, because, we have so much chemistry. We have so much good stuff going on right now. We got interviews with Tash from the Alcoholics that is up right now. Please go back and watch that. We have Rhinoceros Funk that we just put up last night. And we had Phil Sweetenberg from out of Camden, New Jersey, that's from the Nut House. But, artists, I love the artists, but I love the DJs. And, you have to respect the DJs. And my next guest is a DJ that's put in so much work, it's not even funny. This guy has mixtapes. He's connected to probably one of the most famous podcasts to date right now. Cannabis, he's touring. Like this guy, his mixtape game is super crazy. And, sometimes, it's always good to talk to the dude because it's always a backstory. And without further ado, I got my man, DJ Alamo, in the building. What's going on, man? How you doing, man?
What's up, Phil? Pleasure to be here, man. Everything sound good. My sound is right. I'm good.
Yeah, everything's good, man. Hey, look, man. Thank you for coming on, man. Like I said before, we've known each other for so many years, and I'm just, honored to actually still be your friend because it's more than just like a radio thing. Oh, I totally forgot you have a radio career too. So we're gonna talk about all that. So, but I just wanted to say, brother, I respect you and salute you for all that you've done, and my first question is, coming from Brooklyn, New York, and then going to South Jersey, were you already a DJ before you came to South Jersey? So like how did all that work? Because you were coming from like the home of hip hop.
Yeah, like I said, I was already always kind of like into music, at some way, some form. But I didn't get my first turntables until I was in South Jersey.
Okay.
So that was about 95-ish.
Okay. So like 95. So I'm gonna say one movie and I want you to respond to that.
Okay.
Juice.
That's what I wanted to be, GQ. Meaning, and somebody, I've said that before, and somebody said, "Well, what do you mean?" I mean the way he was striving to do what he was doing. He walk around the neighborhood, and they be like, it's the DJ, but you the local DJ. Like I didn't care. You know what I mean? It like I didn't care that it wasn't even about something saying you the local DJ, but he had a goal to be bigger than the local DJ, and that's what I got from the movie. And him not giving up, his mom not believing him. You should go to the army, and I heard all of that. What music ain't doing nothing, all of that. So I went through all those kind of phases. So I guess Juice and Beat Street was kind of like my it just fueled me more and more to want to be a part of just the music industry. I don't even think it was about DJing at the time, because I think at the time I was trying to rap too. You
Oh,
know what I'm
okay.
saying? So it was just being a part of it, going to the studio, recording, like all those phases that I went through, buying turntables, going record shopping, you know, rock and soul, Beat Street, you know, and just the whole atmosphere of just buying new records, white label, you know, the turntable, and you know, the mixers with the transformer, and you know, I came from all of that. I came from, you know, putting a penny, putting a nickel, putting a quarter on top of your needle so it don't jump up and down. You understand what I'm saying?
I
So
know. Yep.
I come from that first, and then I went through all the phases from there of the music, of the changing, and you know, going to CDJs, then it going into the laptop, and you know what I'm saying. I went through every phase, and you know, so it was a great transition.
Now I want to talk about the mixtape era real quick, but you just brought up a good point, and I wanted to piggyback off that. So, like going from actual turntables to, you know, like just what they're doing now, like with the laptops and everything. Was that a easy or harder transformation for you?
Yes, I was stuck in my old ways, and
Mhm.
I didn't want to learn the laptop. And I'm like, oh, now I got to download music, and like I gave every excuse not to do it until it was like, you got to do it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that was that. But you know, it took me a little bit. It took me a little while to transition over. It wasn't. I wasn't happy about it.
Mhm.
But you know, when now you going into the clubs and they like, oh no, we don't got this system no more.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So I'll be like the only one carrying crates. They don't make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. So mixtapes. I want to talk about that because, like, you know, that's what you were introduced to me, like, from your mixtapes even before I got into radio. You know, you know, if I didn't have a DJ Alamo mixtape, somebody did. So, um, what year did you start your mixtapes, and up to date now? How many mixtapes do you have out total?
Ooh, 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 ooh. That's well, the mixtape. The one thing about it I'll say about this, the mixtapes have definitely made me who I am, or and it helped me catapult for other people to know that I can DJ a party, or you know what I mean. I'm just not the guy just yelling on a mixtape, or
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, hyping up a tape. So I would say I can't even. I don't know when my first one was, but I think it was around 2000, probably 2004, 2005.
Okay. And what was the name of your very first mixtape?
I I don't even know,
You know.
but I do know that the cover was yellow,
Mm.
and I had flashy. I think I go Flash's hip hop now.
Mm. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
I know he was on the cover, and I can't forget who else I had on the cover, and I think that was my first one. And then after that, um, I started attaching myself to other mixtape DJs,
Mm.
like the Superstar J, and
Mhm.
Cutmaster C, and uh what's the guy? Is he P Cutter? All these
Okay.
guys, like, I started to reach out to,
Mhm.
and but what I did was I said, let me build up my name with it. Let me get good at it. Maybe, like, you know what I'm saying. So
Mhm.
you know, it was a crazy start, and it was a slow start, but it kind of
Got you.
catapulted very fast for me, because I think I was so hung up on not letting somebody tell me no.
Got you.
So what I would do is I would go buy other mixtape DJs from the bootleggers, and then I'll start to reach out to them, or I'll look at who did their graphics, because they always had the people graphic. Whoever did the graphics, the information was always on the cover. So that's how I started to get my covers up. Like I used to notice, like sometimes it ain't even about what's on the tape, because first they'll look at your cover and say, "No, this ain't official."
You're right. You're absolutely
You know what I mean?
right. Yep.
So I found out that your cover also has is a part of the attraction as well. So I started out with just trying to get new covers and get covers, and then I just started just whatever thought process of a title that I had, I just would just do it. I copied a couple things that had been done, but I did it my way. Like I wouldn't use the same wording or anything like that, but sometimes I would use certain people's concepts. You know what I mean? And then it just catapulted. Where it really made me go hard and go crazy is right before I got with ARAD. And I think that was around 2007, 2008, right when I got with Ab. So I would say because I was going crazy hard before I got with ARM. That's how I got with him, because I was at Black and Nobel. Like every week I was at Black and Nobel dropping off 3 to 4 different titles mixtapes. 100. I would have 100 of each, or 50 of each, and he would be like, "Where are you getting these CDs from? What are you doing?" I was like, my man had a burner. I had like 12 burners, and he just let me use the burners. So I would sit there 3, 4, 5 hours cutting because I go to Staples, get my cover made in blocks, and then cut them myself, slide them into. Then I was doing the whole packaging myself, and it didn't become. It went from hard copies to the soft cases, and so you know what I mean. And then it was like, okay, cool, So I think I went through every phase of the mixtape, and then I would say I'm well over 500 mixtapes.
Oh wow.
And that's I'm including me hosting other people's projects and things like that.
Okay, so, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So you know what I mean.
Do you miss that era?
Yes.
What was the fun? What was the one thing that you enjoyed about the mixtape era?
The exclusiveness of music.
That's right.
Because now it's like an algorithm of, oh, this person, and this person. It's like, well, what about homeboy that's in the trenches, and he got a crazy record that no one's gonna hear.
Yep.
And it's usually those be the ones that will always go. You know what I mean? Or it's so many artists that have blew up from being on somebody's mixtape.
And you know what? And I'm glad that you did say that, because that's what I love about being on WPRB, because basically they let us play. They give us free reign to do whatever we want, but within certain boundaries. And the thing about it is like I'll get music that not saying I have to clear by them, but I might get a song that nobody doesn't have, and it's like, and then people will be texting me, like, "Yo, where'd you get that song from?" And this, that, and third. So I'm not a DJ. Let's just make that clear. But I respect what you guys do, and I clearly understand what you meant by getting exclusives. Now,
I used to go in Philly. Like I used to go to all, like I would find out a rapper is a studio session, and I'll
really?
pop up.
Really?
I used to pop up. And the only reason, the only way I was good, it's not like I just walked in and don't nobody know me. It was either the engineer that was doing the set,
gotcha.
or maybe the artist would invite me, or one of the artist's men, his homies, you know what I'm saying, or something, or it'd be you know what I'm saying, just
Right.
a invite, and I would pop up just to sit in on people's sessions, and then I'll be like, hey bro, you got a record you could give me that you ain't like pushing or promoting, and let me, you know what I'm saying? And they was like, word, I never thought about that. And that's how I used to really kind of get certain exclusive records, or records that I would only have and either it won't come out till another 2 to 3 months on their side, or
Right.
they or it wouldn't come out, and the only way you heard it because it was on my tape.
Got you. Hey, look, I want to switch gears for a little bit because, I always love MC's names because that's what actually stands out. And even DJ's names. Now you see the gray in my beard, right? So, so I'm about to ask you an old school question that,
Okay,
I always wanted to ask you this. So, because you know what, I had you on the radio station, but we never did like a sit down, really sit down interview.
right
Now, your name is DJ Alamo,
Mhm.
and there is Grand Pooba's DJ named DJ Alamo. Now, has there ever been an issue that you guys have both the names?
No. Well, the thing about it is and it's funny because I say this like I'm naive to certain things, and the thing about it is there's more than me and him as DJ Alamo.
Absolutely.
There's many other DJ Alamos.
Absolutely.
And, you know what I'm saying? So I think the fact of with him being the first to be catapulted in the name of you hearing the name, and that's really where if there was no Brand Nubian Grand Pooba, you understand what I'm saying? It wouldn't even matter.
It
You know what I'm
wouldn't be
saying?
the
But
issue. Yep.
right. So on my end, no, we did not have any problems, because what he said was, but he definitely got wind of me. He definitely got wind
Hey,
of me.
that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, no. It was. And the thing about it is, what he said was, he was like, yo, I'm not even doing what you're doing. I'm not even in the same space and doing what you're doing. So, it's all good. So then, I had this conversation with my homegirl, and they was like, yo, go check the name. Go see if he owns the name.
Did
So
not know that.
I bought the name. I bought it. I own the name. And I got DJAlamo.com. I own that. You know what I'm saying? So
I did
not
not know
saying I
that.
took something away from him. No, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, because I can't say that I did that, because when I go to San Antonio, there's a DJ Alamo in San Antonio.
It sure is.
You
It
understand?
is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But excuse me. But and then you think about some of these DJs, like you got a DJ Scratch, right? It's mad DJ Scratches.
Yep. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So
you know what? You did it the right way though. You went and you did the research and you right.
And I made it me. Is, you know what I'm saying, to the point where even if he did have something to say, what could he say?
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? But the word got back. Like I said, the word is nah, he good money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why he changed up a lot of his wording. His is Mr. Alamo World. Alamo Worldwide or something like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did.
It's cool, because everything that I did, he probably tried to do after the fact, and he's seen that it was already taken or gone. So other than that, like I still get tagged, people thinking that I'm DJ Alamo from Brand Nubian, until they go on my page and be like, oh, this ain't even him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then you go to his page and you go to my page, and you be like, well, Homeboy Motion ain't even like that. You know what I'm saying? But come to find out, he said, yo, I do what I do, but I'm not pushing a DJ Alamo to nobody. That's just my DJ name. I'm cool, and I do beats. That's what was said back to me. You know what I mean? He's not tripping. He's very aware of what's going on, but y'all don't do the same thing, so it's not a hinder.
And that's what I was thinking too. I said, well, yeah, they both had the same name, but it's two totally different lanes. And
True, definitely.
And you know what? That was an old man question that I always wanted to know. You see what I'm saying? But but like I said, I always walk with you from day one, just being in the South Jersey area. Now, I'm gonna play a clip, and I want to get your reaction on this. I'm trying something new here, Alamo. So this is how much I respect you, because I did more research, even though I do know you. I did more research, but I'm gonna play this clip right now. Hold on for a minute.
Clay Owens from Willingboro, New Jersey, my old head, took me to meet ARAB. Like he reached out to me. I don't know why he picked me, but it probably was in the air, it probably was in the atmosphere, whatever. And I'm grateful, fortunate to this day. My OG Clay Owens, Willingboro, New Jersey.
Now, shout out to Clay Owens, because that backstory is so crazy that I was looking at that interview and I was pulling so much stuff. So, tell me that first interaction of you meeting ARAB.
It's something I'll never forget. Free ARAB from the door. So free him, free the men. So like I said, Clay was like, yo, my cousin, they all, right there where ARAB is at. Wooty wooty woot, this my family. And I was like, all right, cool. He was like, you are familiar with him? I'm like, yeah, I've been trying to get with bro on fire. He doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? He's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna set it up. But the only reason why he was going out there or to link with him was to give him life insurance.
Got you.
So it really wasn't even about me. I was just taking a ride to get introduced.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Just to get introduced to him. So, we get out there, we wait for a little bit. He comes out. He's very, standoffish. Like, what's up? Who are you?
Right.
Then we were just talking. I just was telling him, who I am, what I got going on, wooty wooty woo. And he was like, yeah, you got the mixtapes that be in Black and Nobel. And I was like, yeah. I said, you know what I mean? Like, he was like, yeah, I seen you had like a full rack of you. And I'm like, yeah. Like, I ain't playing with the mixtape. So he's like, all right, cool. Then he goes right back and was like, well, so what can you do for me? I have Swiss Beats and I have Cassidy. So I was like, I can't do nothing for you if you got like. I said the only thing I can do is help you, with your show sets. I'll be official DJ for you, somebody that you can count on. And that's what I said. You know what I'm saying? So he like, all right, whatever, and then stepped off. He just left. Right. So my man like. Yeah, I'm like, yo, you know what, bro? Because I followed them out there, so I didn't drive with him. I just followed them out there. So I was like, I don't think this is gonna work, bro. I think he's probably mad or something. So let me just step off or something, right? So I'm like, yo, I'm out. So like I said, Ab already left. So it was a couple of his homies on the block, and that we was just having conversations with, and then I dapped the people up, yo. You know what I mean? Nice to meet y'all. I went to my car. I was driving a black Honda Accord at the time. I'll never forget. I got in the car and I'm like, damn, this didn't go right. You know what I mean? I was kind of like upset how it transpired.
Gotcha.
And I'm sitting there in the car, I'm rolling my little blunt so I could drive home. I'm like, ooh. So, something tells me look to my side mirror. And I look to the side mirror and he's coming to the car. Like he's walking to the car. But he has a CD in his hand. Okay. So I rolled down the window and I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? I said, everything good? He like, yeah, why you? I said, yo, I just thought you wasn't feeling me. So I was like, I know who you are, bro. I know your reputation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So he was like, no. And he's like, take this joint. It's like 22 songs on here. I don't know what to do with them. So I'm hyped because I just got 22 ARAB unreleased records,
exclusives. Yeah.
like never been. No one's ever heard them. Freestyles over other beats. Some beats he got, but you know what I mean. So I drive all the way home. I'm excited. I'm banging the AR. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So we lost touch for like maybe I say about 3-4 months.
Okay.
And then he got shot up 10 times.
Yep, I remember that.
So when he got shot up 10 times, Black and Nobel, because he didn't have my contact no more. Some reason but let me go back. So no, yeah. So let me finish with so bro from Black and Nobel gives me a call like, yo, AR is looking for you. And I'm like,
okay,
looking for me for what? He was like, he want to talk to you. He want to talk to you. So I was like, yeah, you give my number. He's like, I just wanted to make sure. So he gave him my number. AR called me. So he like, yo, what's up, bro? I just wanted to talk to you. I'm ready to lock in with you. You know, I feel like, you know, the last impression wasn't it. I felt what you said. And he said, yo, I'll be honest with you. While I was on my deathbed, God told me to call you.
Oh, wow.
He said, that's the only reason why I'm calling you, because God told me to call you.
That is so crazy.
And after that, he still had the shit bag on him. And he was like, yo, meet me down at the studio. Come meet the team. I think it was like a week later or something. I went and met everybody. His manager was like, what? Man, we got DJ Damage. Like, this is when Damage was on fire.
Yeah,
on the radio.
Yep.
So,
right.
You know what I mean? They like, oh, what we need with him? We got Damage. And he like, nah, I want Alamo. And that's how the tape, you know, transpired as Damage and Alamo, Who Harder Than Me Too. And that tape right there catapulted my career.
Oh, no, that's what's up, man. And now, you know, now you have, because people already knew you, and now you're connected to somebody that everybody. Oh, before I go on, he was supposed to come up to the podcast that I had up at CBS Radio. I totally remember that, and then unfortunately, all that stuff, everything just
started to transpire, right?
Yeah, everything started to transpire. But the backstory with that is, he left you with all his music, right?
Yeah, that's one thing. You know what's so funny? I just looked at the hard drive. I was cleaning out something, and I was like, because I'm like, I know I put it somewhere that I don't, you know what I mean? But I thought I put it in my safe, but I did, and I took it out of my safe when I got a bigger safe. So that the transition from there, I'm like, where did I put it? So I put it in the sneaker box. And I was going through the sneaker box looking for something, and I found it. I just didn't put it in this to like look at the music, but yeah, he left me with that. So that was right before the feds hit him. 3 days before the feds hit him, he invited me to the studio, me, him, and Dark Low at the time, and it was weird to me. He was like, "Yo, just come to the city. Come, I want to talk to you." So I'm thinking something wrong. But I already know something's up because I already got the word that, you know, the feds is on his butt. And I already know that. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like I know. It's not like anyone knows when they're coming or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he was at the studio. We was going over some records. He was doing some drops and some freestyles and a bunch of stuff. And then he said to me, he's like, bro, I don't know when they're going to come. I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't trust nobody with the music. I trust you. And he gave me that hard drive.
So
3 days later, they came and got him.
So, is there any possibility, or did you put out any ARAB music, or is there a possibility? No. Okay.
No, I didn't. But there is a possibility. I've spoken to him, and I told him what I have going on. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is the best of ARAB. I'm going to do that. So I'm probably do that like next month, get the music and get everything started. We're gonna do that, and then I do have an exclusive song with Money Mouth. I know you remember Money Mouth.
Yeah. That's my man right there.
Right. I got exclusive record that I'm gonna drop with Money Mouth, Gillie, and ARAB. And there's never ever been a record. No one could ever get ARAB and Gillie to do a record together, and I did.
Word. Now, you know, and we're going to talk about Gillie in a little bit, but you know, you have a radio career too, because you know, you started out. Shout out to my people out there, Jai Yummy, Trenton, New Jersey.
Yes, sir.
And
Wow.
you on Power 99, you on a radio station in Charlotte, North Carolina. So how
Yeah.
was that whole experience going from mixtape DJ going to a club DJ, and now you're on the radio? So like, tell me about your radio experience.
I think every DJ, as they come up in the world, they want to be on radio, whatever way that they can be on radio. It's always been a goal for me. It's always been a love that I have for it because I listen to the radio. I'm intrigued just with radio, just with commercials and 15-second commercials and 30-second commercials and knowing when to kind of like fade out what you're saying. So times like I learned all of that, and I think that's what was the greatest thing about it, is going through the phase of not knowing it and then learning it and then and then getting good at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was a very, very, very great experience from internet radio. Internet radio birthed me to be able to be on FM radio. Because at that time it was free for all.
Yep.
When internet radio was on, so you can be who you wanted to be and create who you wanted to be at the same time.
Gotcha.
So
no, you're absolutely right.
It taught me a lot, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And now I'm making my way back to going back to FM radio the right way.
Okay.
And things are looking up. Shout to Cosmic Cab, shout to Power 99. And things is good. And like I said, even with that, like, some people used to, when I got on the radio with Power 99, it's dudes that's lived out Philly, South Jersey, DJs all their lives, and never got on Power 99. Never even had a chance. So I kind of took that with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? And I did not want to misuse the opportunity that I had. So I kept in good graces. You know what I'm saying? So I kept all good business, all good graces, and I left Power 99, on good terms.
Absolutely.
So what that kind of did is it made me realize that I can go other places and I'm ready for it. I'm built for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I've been on Atlanta radio. I've been on Denver radio. I've been on Charlotte, North Carolina radio. I've been on Raleigh, North Carolina radio. I've been in South Carolina, Augusta, Georgia. I've been on a lot of FM radio stations as like a guest DJ or whatever is Boston radio. I've been on Boston 94.5. So, to me, it was like the cool popular thing to do, right? You the radio DJ, right? But then I didn't fully have a job with Power 99. I was a mix show DJ.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I would get calls for great things. I'll be involved and I'll be in meetings. I'll be invited up to Power 99. I wasn't like a flunky, but I wasn't getting paid. And I wasn't like fully, like, it wasn't like, I didn't have a job. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of took that with a grain of salt, and then, I won't get into the negative of it because it really doesn't matter because I'm still in good graces. But radio is something that I want to go back to because of the space that I am in. I'm a little bit more slowed down to where I can give the energy to be on a radio and do it the right way versus me trying to do all the things that I was doing at that time. I was doing too much. I was doing way too much.
Your dream job, like if you had to pick one radio station and you could spin on every night, Monday through Friday, whenever, what radio station would that be and why?
I would say New York City because I came up under Hot 97. So I grew up on that. So I would say that's my dream job as far as if radio in the terms of where we are now in you know what I mean?
Yep.
New York City radio. I don't think nothing could be better than that for me.
New York City radio is the greatest, bro. I mean, look, we're down in the Philadelphia area, of course. I'm on Jersey radio, so it's no disrespect to, the two radio stations that I'm at, but everybody knows that, especially with the hip hop culture, it goes a little bit further in New York City. And I've known like Jay Ski has been on Hot 97 and shout out to Kobe Kobe. He went up to Power 105. And I know there's been plenty of Philly DJs that went up there. It's just a different feeling, bro. I'm telling you, when I go up north, like to New York or New Jersey or somewhere like that, when I turn on Hot 97, it's a different feeling. I can't explain it, but it's a totally different feeling, and I totally agree with you on that. Now, now that you have the mixtapes, you're working with AR Ab, you've been on the radio. Now, comes the touring part, and my question is a two-part question. Who did you go out on tour with, and how important is it for a DJ and an artist to have that chemistry before they step foot on that stage? So, like, tell me that whole experience, man, because one can't go without the other, but the DJ actually sets the tone for everything, and it can actually enhance the artist. So, give me a take about being a touring DJ.
My first tour was the first tour that I went on was with Twister.
Really?
And it was with Gillie. Gillie took me. Gillie's the first person to take me on tour. So the first tour we did was Twister, and we did I think 28 cities with him, and then the next tour was with Bone Thugs. I went on tour with Bone Thugs, and we did 32 cities.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 something. It was in that number. So I've definitely went all over the West Coast. I've done every House of Blues, from Cleveland House of Blues to LA,
mm-hmm.
Sacramento, the Bay Area. I've DJed in the Oracle where
the Warriors play at.
Yeah. Golden State. Yeah. So in 30,000, you know what I'm saying? So I've been places I never thought I didn't even know there was a border in the United States, and I found that out. You know what I'm saying? Going from, I think it was from New Mexico to Arizona or something like that, or from Texas. It was like from Texas to Arizona or something like that. And I'm like, how the hell they got a border here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've been to a lot of places. I've been on some great stages, and the tour life it enhanced my DJ. It enhanced me being in front of bigger crowds and learning that they standing there looking at you. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And then being on tour with some legends like Bone Thugs is like every night was packed out. We never had a dead night. So I you know what I mean? I don't know I've never been through a situation on a tour or with somebody when it's like there's nobody here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or we the opening act them. There's no one in.
There's nobody there. Right.
Yeah. I never witnessed that. I never witnessed that. So I think I was kind of ushered in to greatness. Like for me to just say that I went on tour with Bone Thugs and Harmony, it's like they got 25. They got a song that's 25 plus years old, and they're still touring
today. Yep.
Like they're probably on tour this weekend.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like it just would, and then being on that stage with them, and then getting their groupies. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Busy don't want them.
Feel you.
They like, well, what's up? We did like what y'all did. Okay. You know what I'm saying? man. You know what I mean? Had a little orgy session with one of the
Go.
one of the Bone Thugs brothers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
We'll talk about that off the air, I guess.
I'm speaking my truth now.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you, brother. Nah, man, but I mean, what is, well, besides the orgy, you know, I mean, what is the most memorable moment as a DJ going on tour?
People remembering my name.
That goes a long way.
It sure does, because from the touring, I'm still from touring. That's where I got my strain from Denver, because we did Denver.
Right.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. Like, I have those, all the relationships I still have from going on tour, meeting Steve Lobel, and him telling Gillie, like, yeah, you know, if things keep going right, I'll help you, and he did. Steve Lobel helped Gillie a lot.
That's what's up. Now, tell the audience if they don't know who Steve Lobel is.
Steve Lobel is like the guy that, you know, kind of responsible for like a lot of the biggest artists that we've ever known, from a Nipsey Hussle to OT Genesis to, you know, of course, Bone Thugs, you know, a lot of West Coast artists, you know what I mean? I don't think it's nobody that, if you ain't really who you are and you ain't been doing what you're supposed to do, Fat Joe, like he's been with everybody, Steve Lobel. So y'all can look that up, Steve Lobel, and you know what I'm saying, one of the coolest guys I ever met, that has so many opportunities. And you know, it's man, I smoked a blunt with Too Short, bro. Like,
that's legendary.
You know, it's things that I'm sitting here as I'm remembering, like it was exciting to me, but it was like a blur at the same time, because it's like I can't believe I'm riding down I'm in LA and I'm at the House of Blues. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's on TV.
I can only believe that's an unbelievable experience for you, bro. Because I mean, like you said, just coming from Brooklyn, coming from Willingboro, New Jersey, via Brooklyn, and you know, now you're going on tour with Gillie the Kid, and you know, you're with legendary groups Bone Thugs and Harmony and Twister. I mean, it's like you're not just like with like regular rappers, or like I said, you're with legends. You see what I'm saying? And like, and you know, and you're soaking this all in. And sometimes, this is just my personal opinion, yeah, the money is great and all, but the experience. And the connections that you get will take you so much further. And that's what's happening to you right now, bro.
And I think, again, and it goes back to when I did go on tour with these guys. This was me in my beginning stages of dealing with Gillie. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So he never been on tour with me. Like, he learned me and I learned him.
So this is my next question. How and timing. You know, the DJ and the artist have to have that timing. I saw that timing numerous times, but the most memorable timing I saw recently was with DJ Technician and Jadakiss at the Verses, and their timing was on point. I mean, they didn't skip a beat. So how important is that for a DJ and an artist to get that timing? And with you and Gillie, did it take long did you get that timing correct?
No, what it was see, Gillie is a perfectionist. Some people think like, you know, but he likes to prepare when we was doing our shows. So like, for instance, say we get to the hotel, and we get to the hotel the day before the show. He'll be like, yo, all right, let's go outside real quick and just like go over the show set. And he'll be like, yo, soon as I say da 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 da, now you drop the record, and then whoop, 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 or I'll give you a handshake from behind me to let you know, cut the music and let me say the words, or you know what I'm saying? Like, we talked about our stuff before we get there, and then also it was times that we freestyle where I took over and I cut the record short, or and he like, and I'm like, we rolling, and then now I come with the next record, and he like, oh no, that was good. Like we you know what I'm saying? So it's he only yelled at me one time, and when he yelled at me, he was wrong.
It's a trust factor, right?
But this like, because he's you get like, he's a perfectionist, and this is the thing about it. Just like you said earlier about, you know, knowing, like, it's not the people are not there to see DJ Alamo, they're there to see Gillie,
right?
So if I mess up his show set, they're not looking at me, they're looking at him.
Got you.
They don't even care what I did until unless the artist be like, everybody say fuck my DJ, like what Meek Mill used to do with all his DJs. You know what I'm saying? That's why he never kept the DJ, because he never had respect for them. But at the same time, being in a position like Meek, and he's on them big stages as a DJ, I better be on point. That's my thought process. So when I go, when my thing is I don't care what's going on as long as I do what I'm supposed to do. I'm not letting nothing distract me. I'm not, we're there to do our 25-minute set and get off. Let's try to get it to 23, so now you can say something at the end and we can walk off. That's how good we got it, to the point where now it's a 25-minute set, but we did it in 20, and he's able to follow me on Instagram, take pictures, boo, 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 boo.
Yeah, so, and people don't even realize, like, oh shit, it was only 20 minutes, because like the show was actually that damn good. Nah, I get it 100%.
So and again, the first person who put me in front of multiple thousands, the first ever person was Tone Trump. He put me in front of 12,000 people.
Shout out to Tone Trump, man.
Shout out to him, and he was the first person. And then I learned from being his DJ, and then also I really knew I was good when I had AR-AB. AR-AB show sets were always amazing because of me, because I knew what to do. And he had a catalog at the time where the shows we were doing, it didn't matter what AR-AB song we put on, they knew it.
Real quick, I want to double back. I want to give a special shout out to Tone Trump, because I actually interviewed him a couple of times on Side B Radio, and me personally, like, his work ethic is so super crazy. The last time I saw him, like, he was linking up with Kevin Gates, and you know, he was doing something with him, and you know, Tone, like, he does get respect in Philadelphia, but I think he needs to get a little bit more respect than because he's put in the work and he has the catalog to prove it.
Yeah, he was one of the first people, like, kind of like telling us to get on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, he's catapulted many careers. He's aligned himself with people that people would never think. He got a whole album with CeeLo. Like, how did that happen? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, but I don't question it, because it's Tone Trump.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tone Trump will always be the one that'll do something that he'd be like, how'd you do that, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or how did you get close to that for you to do that? But you know, his hustle game was just definitely, you know, unmatched at the time.
His business game is super crazy, man. Always admired Tone Trump, and every time, you know, we talked and we met up, you know, at events or something like that, it's always been love. But I want to ask you about the local scene and the national scene. And when I mean local and national, I mean artists, like, because you helped out a lot of artists in our area. You know, you started, you were part of this coalition DJ, and, you know, what you did in Philadelphia, you know, bringing the artists to Philly, to a studio, to get to know the DJs. How important was that? And, you know, I know the reason why you stopped, but like, a lot of people don't know. So, like, tell me, like, the whole coalition DJ, like the the group that you was in, and not even just that. Is it important for a DJ to be a part of a coalition?
Well, the coalition is it's not something that I created. It's something that I was down with. I got reached out to from the Atlanta chapter, which is the main chapter. Is like a bunch of different chapters: Atlanta, Detroit. You know what I'm saying? DMV, South Carolina, North Carolina. Like it's different chapters, and they wanted to come more up East Coast, so they started the DMV division, and they started the Philly division. Well, it was supposed to be New York, DMV, and I was supposed to originally be a part of the New York division.
The New York one. Gotcha.
And that was supposed to be ran by he passed away. Gosh, why can't I think of his name? He had the Coke bottle glasses. I forgot what was the DJ name. Oh man. Shit.
Old school DJ?
He's old school DJ. He remember that video when Biggie threw the water at him?
Yeah.
What's his name?
My God.
It's bad that I don't know.
I totally forgot it. So, and I might have to edit this shit out because like this is embarrassing right here because I should know this. Big Cap. I'm sorry. Big Cap. Yep. We both should have known that, but it just wasn't. I'm sorry, Big Cap. R.I.P. Big Cap. Nah, Big Cap was the man.
So Big Cap was supposed to run that, and I was already on the totem pole of being on that chapter. So when he died, they clipped the whole New York thing. Then they went back to New York to try to get New York, and New York told them take that shit out of here.
Really? Why is that?
Because you got Big Dog Pit Bulls with Flex. You got the Union DJs with Superstar J in them, and then you got the heavy hitters with Enough and all of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who if Cap was alive, yeah. But now you coming up here and you trying to build alliances, and from what I was told, it just didn't go right. So then I got asked, me and three other guys. I won't say their names, but me and three other guys was asked to start the New Jersey Philly chapter. And
that went good. That went good for a while.
So yeah,
I think it did.
and again, like I said, and the whole goal was to bring artists and DJs together where they can build relationships. And all I was doing was trying to teach them that. I wasn't trying to force them. I was just trying to teach them, oh, yo, this DJ is right here. Get to know him so you won't have to get to know him when you get to the club.
Gotcha.
So most of the artists, they loved it. They was like, I never thought, like, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have my DJ sit here and listen to you and tell you yay or nay. No one was doing that. No one's still not doing that.
Nope.
On this side of town.
Nope.
Back down there, down south, they created that monologue.
Absolutely.
So you know what I mean. With me. So to me, that was the most challenging thing is having artists understand why we're doing it. I think that was the most challenging thing because they didn't understand. They're like, what? Like, who the DJs? Like, and then I would say back to them, what if I say your name to the DJ and they like, well, who is he?
Who's he? Exactly.
Same thing. They go, well, you right. Like, he don't know you. You don't know him. Don't you think you should know him? Because this is the most part. This is the craziest part. The artist is popping. An artist that's not popping wants to get with the DJ that's popping. Right? And it doesn't make sense because it's like, you're not popping, but I'm popping. So why are you coming to me? Oh, to help you get popping.
Not to cut you off, but do you think that like they really don't understand that, you sitting in the room in the studio room previewing music, their music, and it's DJ Alamo and it's DJ such and such. And it's not just that your club DJs, but you go on tour with known artists, national artists, or you not just do clubs, but you're on the radio. You can actually, hey, I could give your song to my man. He spins on such and such down here in Charlotte, or I could give your song to my man up there in California somewhere, and then start to pick. Like, do you think that the new age artist really just doesn't understand that? Because I mean, I would want that.
The thing about it is the newer age, and you have say if the percentage was 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say about 20 to 25% understand that they need a DJ. The rest don't. And the reason why is because this has been put into the heads because of streaming and the internet. Yep. and saying, oh, we don't even need the DJ no more. We could bypass them. But how do you bypass somebody? But when you get in the club, you got my record? No. And then be mad that we don't got your record. Yo, want you on iTunes? Okay, my song on iTunes too.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. All right, cool. You want me to rip it? You know what I'm saying? You don't even got the MP3 in your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, I think that whole the disconnect the disconnect is still there. Between the DJs and the artists. Like I said, you got some who respect the DJ and understand it, and then you have a majority who feel like, I don't need no DJ.
And you know what? I agree with you 100%. I think, the internet is a great tool to use but you have to use it correctly. That was like a pause moment right there. But but all I'm saying is like, if you can still be on the internet, but you still need X, Y, and Z. And that X, Y, and Z is the DJ, because the DJ's gonna automatically push your record. I understand with the algorithms and everything like that. I totally get that. But the thing about it is, if you want that extra push to go to the next level, you need that DJ. You still need a DJ.
Again, like I said, if you're a rapper, right, and you go out to the club, right, and you go out to the club and you're gonna want your record played.
Yep.
Now, if you even know who the DJ is, you want your record played.
Absolutely.
Now, if you had a relationship with that DJ and didn't have to come in there asking to get your record played, if you had a relationship, your record will get played.
Absolutely. My next question is, well, it's a statement, then it's a question. The one thing I always respected about you is that you don't have no problem sharing your platform with anybody, and you give people a chance if you see something in them, especially like the local artists. So how frustrating is it sometimes that, because I do see it on your post, that sometimes, like the local artists, they're just not motivated enough. But then once you leave the South Jersey area, the Philly area, you go down south, you go to Miami, you go to Charlotte, North Carolina, you go to all these other places outside of New Jersey, and they show you more love, and the artists are more serious out there. How frustrating for you personally as a DJ is that?
It's one of the reasons why I kind of stop supporting stop supporting certain artists locally. It's unfortunate,
right?
Because some of them feel like, yo, we from Jersey. Or it's like, yo, we should work. And it's like, but I'm working.
Right.
What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Man, like, oh, I got all these songs. Okay. What are we doing? What's the structure? What are we doing? Is it a 3-month plan? Is it a 6-month plan? Are we doing interviews? Are we making press runs? They be clueless. They be like, I got to do all of that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, I want to piggyback off that. Rest in peace to my man DJ Ant Live out there, because we had the same exact conversation. Me, Ant Live, and DJ Soulbuck. And he said it is so frustrating because the artist, I got these songs, this, that, and the third. Ant was like, all right, so like what's the plan?
They don't have they want you to do everything. So now that's okay, cool. No, and then I've got myself to the point where I'm able to say, okay, cool. I can provide blogs, I can provide interviews, I can provide DJ meet and greets, I can provide placements. What do you want? I want all of it. All right. 15,000 to start.
What's the budget? Yeah, that's what's the
whoa. And
yep.
So then I say, then here goes this. So I come back and I be fair and I say, listen, do you want the hookup now, or do you want it later?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you get it now, you ain't getting it later.
You ain't getting it later. You're right.
Now they mind like, all right, yo, let me try to get this budget together. And you never hear from them again.
Sometimes they really don't understand. And I know that you said it on your social media post that you have to invest in yourself. If you want your career, whatever it is, whatever you do, it doesn't have to be an artist. Anything that you do, you have to invest in yourself. You have to.
Again, that's like me as a DJ. I gotta buy new equipment. I gotta market myself. I gotta be on point with the updated everything. You know what I'm saying? The new laptop, the new DJ board, the new DJ bag, the new DJ stand. If I'm not putting no money into myself, then I just look like the same old busted up, rusted up old DJ who's mad because digital is taking over.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? You got to deal with the signs of the times. And that's the other thing. Music is a music business. It's not music, is music business. So that means that you have to advertise yourself.
Yep.
McDonald's advertises themselves every day. How do you think you got? How do you think it came across your phone? Like, how do you think? You know what I'm saying? When you ride outside and you see them golden arches. What about when you ride and you see something on one of them? What do they call them?
What billboards?
A billboard.
Yeah, electronic billboards.
Billboards.
Yeah.
And you see the billboard and it goes across and it says New Timberlands. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Now you like, yo, I need some new Timbs.
Yep.
But the thing about it is it's the same thing with the music until they realize, like, yo, like, I gotta pay for this, and I'm like,
yeah.
Who's supposed to pay for it? Me. So I'll tell them. I say, you expect me to pay for it? I said, okay, this is the thing about it. You have to sign over. You have to sign over the rights to the music.
Yep.
Now it's like, nah, I ain't doing that. Now they think that I want my masters. What?
Mm-hmm.
Your masters don't even matter right now. You know what I'm saying? How you fighting over masters and you ain't sold a master? Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think, you know what I mean, people just listen to stuff and they hear certain words and they run with it, not knowing what it means or not knowing what comes behind it. So I think it goes back to the education of, you know, artists and DJs learning the business, because you got DJs that you know, they want to be DJs. They're young, they new. They get up there, they open up for you and play all the hot records, not knowing that you're just supposed to open up and keep the people calm until I get there and kill them with all the records.
Yeah, you're not supposed. Yeah, the warm up DJ is not supposed to do that.
Your
I
warm up
even know
DJ,
that.
your warm up DJ right now is playing Dreams and Nightmares at 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why?
So
you know what I'm saying?
So
like,
has that ever happened to you? And
multiple times.
So how did you combat that? Because
I go left.
now, okay,
I go left. It's too much music for you to only play
right.
the same thing. There's no reason for you to play something twice unless it's like the hottest record. Like if it's like They Not Like Us and at the height, where it was at the height, you could play it 2 or 3 times.
Gotcha.
And nobody would care. But after a while, it fades out, and now we got Squabble Up or Turn the TV Off or whatever the case may be. And we can get those records off. You know what I'm saying? And there's some classics that you could get off twice. You know what I mean? Because people loved it so much. You could bring it back, restart it. Woo. Okay, cool. But now when a DJ, if I get to it, that's why I like to, if I'm on a set with somebody now, I go early. I go early.
Even though that your name is bigger than theirs?
I'm going there early. I'm going there early to peep the scene and watch what you do, so I don't do nothing you do. Because you know people say, "Yo, I heard this record 2-3 times already."
Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I'm sorry.
That's what the Patriot is saying.
Okay. When you said that you go early, I thought that you meant that you go on before they do.
No. I go early.
You go to
if I'm with another DJ and I'm the headliner, I go early just to see what the other DJ is doing.
Okay.
I don't do what the DJ is doing.
Got you.
Or you know what I mean? I don't want to double play a record that was already played.
How was it when the first time when you were the headline DJ? Like, what was that feeling like when they actually say, "Hey, look, man, I want you to headline. I want you to be our guy tonight." So, like, how was that feeling when you first got that call?
I don't even think I got a call for it. I think I just was put in that position.
Okay.
I've earned my stripes. I've earned my stripes.
Oh, you sure did.
I've opened up for Funkmaster Flex. I've opened up for DJ S&S, Craig G, DJ Clue, DJ Envy, DJ Self. I think I said S&S, Craig G, Ron G, DJ Booth, which is Nicki Minaj and Fab DJ.
Yeah.
Who else? DJ Will. Fat Man Scoop. Mr. C. Like I've opened up for great DJs.
You know what?
Easy, DJ Infamous. I did Drama. I opened up for Drama. Don Cannon. I've been on the bill with some of the biggest DJs in the world.
You know what? And you just named what I call, like, you named, well, you know, mainstream DJs, you like quote unquote underground like that's the one thing I do like about you, because like you could go in any lane. And one quick story, when you came at the Cyber Radio, you was like, well, yo, Phil, what do you want me to play? No, just play anything. But you, as a good person that does its research and respects everything, you played according to the show. And in the back of my mind, it's like, damn, you ain't had to do that, bro. You could just play whatever you want to, because that's how much I respected you. But you know, as a DJ, you know, I think like a lot of people don't realize, you know, yeah, you could play the underground, you could play the mainstream, but because DJ Premier plays mainstream stuff when he goes out on tour. So like you got to play for the crowd, man. I mean, I had a real good conversation. Shout out to my man DJ Cool V out there, and you know, he was just telling me, yeah, you know, I'm old school, this, that, and the third, but he can still go out there and rock, and play all the newest songs. So, and that's the one thing, like the DJ has that ear for music, and that's what I see with you, bro. So like, salute to you.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, again, and that's what I had to. I learned from those guys that I've named how to open up. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to know when it's your time to shine, and when it's your time to just play your part.
Got you.
And I think that's another disconnect with DJs. They'll just get a laptop. They'll teach themselves how to DJ. They'll probably try to go around, they was running to the DJ cafe. Shout out to my family over there, everybody over there. You know what I mean? They'll run over there, try to practice, get their skills up, and whoop, get enough to what they learn, and what they learn, then they leave and then act like they did the biggest things that ever happened. And
Absolutely.
then when you put them on a big scale in a big party, they fumble.
Yeah. hey, look, man. I mean,
I've cleaned up a lot of messes.
I can believe it.
South Jersey, and in Philly. I've cleaned up. Oh, that's the guy y'all believed in. He dropped the ball. Alamo, can you get back on? Sure can.
You know what? Not to say no names, but especially in South Jersey, I know.
Oh, I've taken so many jobs, and it wasn't even my intent.
I know.
I've never went to a promoter ever and said, book me, don't book him. I've never said to a promoter, yo, I don't rock with him. No, if y'all feel like he the guy and you feel like I'm the guy, I'm gonna show you why I know I'm the guy, and hopefully he shows you why he's that guy. And if not, I'll clean up.
That's what's up. We're just gonna leave it at that. You see what I'm saying? We're just gonna leave it at
that. For a minute, they used to call me that. I was cleaning up a lot of. I was cleaning up a lot of messes.
We could talk about that off the air, but I already know. I already know. But Gillie the Kid. So $1 million worth of game. Oh, real quick backstory with that. You actually brought Gillie the Kid up to the podcast, and that was, bro. Do you know I have the audio. It's on a hard drive, but it crashed. It's crazy, and you know what? And Sobo was supposed to be up there that night, but he couldn't make it. But so it was just me, you, and Gillie. And, that was a great conversation. And, from there, seeing Gillie now on a national, he was already on the national stage before with his music, but like now he's even more on the national stage. And who do I see? I see Alamo right there. So how was that whole experience, man? Because I know like that opened up so many more doors for you.
This is the thing about it. I say, because somebody just asked me the same question today.
Okay.
Literally today. What does it feel like to be? As a matter of fact, it was my barber. That's what he said.
Okay.
He said, yo, what is it like? He's like, bro, I seen you from the beginning with him. I remember when you brought him to Willenboro a couple times.
I remember.
You was trying to boo. And I was like, yeah, at the same time, I said, I'm just happy my friends that are multi-millionaires now still pick up my phone. They call me for work. They could call anybody in the world because they the hottest guys out. Yep. Everybody want to do anything they'll say. There's guys that'll probably say, bro, you ain't even gotta give me no money. Just
being attached to them could put them in another
but
space.
That's how they think until they get around a Gillie and a Wallow and understand why, why these guys are who they are and why our tight knit situation, our crew is the way it is. We're very tight knit. You know what I mean? Like Gillie and them, they gave multiple colored people, colored, opportunity to be their cameraman. They started out with colored cameramen. Now they have 2 white boys.
Really? That's a testament. And that's actually
the job done.
Yeah, yeah.
They get the job done. And even if they did something 2 hours ago, say they did it at 5 o'clock, by 9 p.m. they got a clip up ready to go. Now, if it was one of us, yo, I'll get it to you tomorrow. That's not how they think. And that's why I feel like I'm still around, because I follow protocol and I know what my place is.
It's a business.
I'm again. I'm if Wallow say I need you to DJ my podcast conference, okay. What? Yo, it was Wallow birthday party. Who's the DJ? It's Gillie's birthday party. Who's the DJ? Gillie Fest. Who's the DJ?
Oh,
Boxing match. Who's the DJ?
you,
You know what
you
I'm
know what?
saying?
You know what I meant to ask you too, and I'm glad because you just brought it up. How was that being at the Roots picnic? You were a
Oh,
DJ at the Roots picnic, bro.
Roots
That's one of
picnic.
the that's one of the biggest events
For our
in the
area.
world. Yeah, not
And
bro,
for
not
for our area.
not yet for our area, but
It's like it's like our festival.
Yeah.
It's like our it's for us. And again, yes, it's a big stage. Very big stage to be on. I was excited. I was happy. I was fortunate. People knew me. People was running up on me. Yo, what's up, Alamo? Like, boo, boo, boo. Yo, can I get a picture? Like, the fact that someone knows me and wants a picture is like the biggest thing in the world to me. You know what I mean?
Are you gonna be going back to the Roots? Are you doing anything at the Roots picnic this year?
This year I might be doing press.
Okay.
Doing interviews and things like that. But as far as DJing, nah, I doubt it. We're not on this bill this year.
Okay.
So I got 2 good years in, and I experienced it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You know what I mean? So again, it might come back because I'm also a Freeway DJ. So I don't know if they did it last year, so no, they're not going to be there this year. So it just depends. If an artist reaches out and says, "Hey, could you be my DJ?" or whatever the case may be. It's happened before. I DJ for Young Jock before. I forgot about that. Like, Young Jock came to Philadelphia and he had to do all of the doctors of Penn State.
Really?
Yes. I didn't know what the party was. I just know I was DJing for Young Jock until I got there.
That's crazy.
Was like, yeah, this is University Penn's all the doctors that graduated. It
really?
was 3,000 people in there.
That's crazy.
And Young Jock came to town, and they called Little Uzi Vert. And Little Uzi Vert and them called me.
Word. Oh, real quick. Shout out to you and Freeway with the song that you have out now. I'm actually that's actually in rotation on the radio station too. How was that? Now you go into another avenue of actually putting. Well, you did mixtapes, but now you're actually like records. So like, how was that whole process to you?
It was new because I've dropped a record before with Ali Vegas and Capone.
Yes, you sure did.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know what the hell I was doing. You understand what I'm saying? I'll be honest. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't shoot a video. I just put the record out. You know what I'm saying? Prematurely. But this go round, I was with Freeway. It was the grand opening of the club in Miami with NJ Weedman. And
yes.
It was the grand opening, and Freeway was on the grand opening. I did the booking to get him down there. Okay. And so what I said was, yo, why you out here? Because he came a day earlier. So I said, why you out here? You can go to the studio. He was like, yeah, go ahead, Alamo, set it up. So I set it up, producer, free studio time, free everything, because it was Freeway. He came in there and he did 4 beats off of the producer that studio it was, which is the head producers of Tory Lanez. That's Tory Lanez camp. So we do the records, and the records was just sitting. So one day I was going through my laptop, like a year later, maybe it was like a year later. We never did anything with the music, nothing. He didn't do nothing with it. It was just sitting there. So I went through the records one day, and I was like, damn, this is hot. Like, these are all 4 of the records is hot, but I was like, this particular one, I want to, you know what I mean? So I reached out to him. I said, yo, I got the record. Wanted to know if, we could put it out or I could drop it or whatever. He said, Alamo, let's do it. And he said, yeah, and we shoot a video to it. I was like, oh shit, this is real. Like, you know what I mean? So now I'm like, I can't drop this record prematurely. I got to get the masters. I got to get it cleaned up. I had to do all the things that the rappers do that I kind of like tell them to do, but I never did it. And now I had to do it.
Oh, you sent it to me, and it was so professional. You gave me the instrument. I think you gave me the instrumental. You gave me a clean version, and you gave me the original version. And it's like, and you included the artwork. So, and you had the backstory of the song. So, I didn't know that you did all that. So, like, shout out to you, bro, because like a lot of people really don't know is presentation.
All the way.
Just don't send a radio DJ or just don't send them music. You got to you have to present it in a way that it catches your eye and say, yo, even without even hearing it, you see the artwork.
Right. You
and
want
you say, yo, I want to hear this. So I mean, and you did all that, and it was a learning experience for you. And shout out to you for that. Now, moving forward, you have all that experience. South by Southwest, you're going down there in a couple weeks, and you're promoting a new project. Tell us what that new project is and who the project, who the artist is.
Well, shout out to my dog E-NESS. We definitely have a project out right now where he just rapped over a bunch of different industry beats. So we kind of called it, let me borrow that beat. And it did very well to the point where he loved what I did. We shot videos to most of the songs. We marketed it, but we just put out a tape. So this go round, I got original music. So this tape right now, we're doing more with it where, we're not just throwing it out there. We're just trying to do it like we're not independent. And that's the thing about it now is being independent, but not doing things independently, if that makes sense.
Oh, it makes totally makes sense.
So right now, that's why the owner of Live Mixtapes called me and said, Alamo, it's time to it's time for you to be DJ Khaled, bro. And I was like, oh. He's like, I'm giving you my platform, Alamo. Let's put out records. So I'm gearing up to start putting out some records. I'm trying to do every 45 days. That's what he told me. I'm like, I didn't know that. He was like, yo, if you drop a record or you drop something every 45 days, you'll get traction. And I was like, oh shit. Now that's a jewel for me to take to an artist.
Got you.
Every 45 days, you need to drop a new record.
Do you have any artists in mind that you want to collab with?
I got some on the table right now with Ron Browse.
Okay. Look, bro, stop. Let me stop you right there. What he's doing right now with the beats and all, I was up in New York City, and Flex just kept bringing his song back, and I'm just like, yo, is that who I think it is? God, when I came back home, I text Soulbuck. Soulbuck was like, yeah, I got all those. You want me to send them to you? I'm like, hell yeah, send them to me. So, like, shout out to him, man, because he's really doing it right now.
Yep. I wouldn't say it's on anybody like per se in particular. But Ron Browse is definitely on the horizon. I'll just talk about my indies. I got the kid Mike Rex. That's one of the artists that's signed to my distribution. He has a great song out. He's a great stage performer. I don't even think I sent you the record. But I'll send it to you. I got the kid 100 Miles out of Trenton. He got I helped him get records with a lot of people. I've been helping and catapulting, and he's been doing very well for himself, and he's understanding, he's learning. I got a new kid coming out of Trenton, Lock Ozzy. You'll be hearing from him real soon. I'm bring him to you. And he's Trenton, but he's understanding what he needs to be. He did a remix over of Deion Sanders' "Must Be the Money." I'm gonna send you the record. It's very
Really?
dope.
Okay.
Video is very appealing, and this is something different for Trenton because most of Trent artists, they just on some street shit or whatever, gang or whatever they talking about. But it ain't, you know what I mean? It's not something where it's appealing anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Like all that bang bang boom. No. We're tired of that. You know what I'm saying? So I got a kid out of Florida named D Goodson. He plays the guitar.
Okay.
He's a problem, boss. Like when I tell you he's a problem, he's a problem. So other than that, you know what I mean? You know, I got a couple clients of people, but those are the people that and then Gillie's daughter, New York, LA.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Gillie's daughter's on fire. Check her out. She's on fire. Swiss Beats, Timberland co-signed her, says she's one of the best. She has one of the best pens of this generation. She has records with Brent Faiyaz, ASAP Rocky, Travis Scott coming, Alicia Keys coming. The list just goes on. So, you know, and Gillie's daughter, those are my priorities right now.
Okay.
Because they're in my face and that's what I'm, you know, dealing with. But other than that, I'm open. I deal with a lot of artists anyway, depending if I'm just working their project or, you know, working with them for the sense of, you know, they need a press run or something like that. So, you know, other than that, those are my five that I'm like, you know, I'm hell bent on wherever I'm at. I'm playing their records no matter what. That type of energy. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, man. Look, I know that, you know, I'm of a certain age. I'm 52 years old. I don't mind, you know, me saying that, you know, I'm 52, but I do know this, and I want to talk about what you just said real quick. The style of hip hop, the bang bang shoot 'em up, it's over. Nobody don't want to hear that. Nobody does not want to hear that anymore. Respectfully, because at one point in the culture, yeah, you know, that's what we wanted to hear. Even in the 90s, they were talking about that. Well, what happened? It switched over. So
you grew up. No, you grew up.
You got to grow up, bro.
The same Method Man that we remember there is not the same Method Man we going today.
It's not exactly.
The same Red Man from Muddy Waters 1 is not what you got from Muddy Waters 2.
Nope. And you know, real quick, shout out to Red Man out there. Do you know that like a lot of people are disappointed in this album that he has? And I'm like, what is he supposed to talk about?
He's not talking, because he's not talking stupidness.
Right. It's crazy. You got to grow up, man. You got to grow up.
You got to grow up, man.
You know,
and don't grow up. And this is the thing about it. Like, I'm 43 years old, bro. I can't adapt to what a 21-year-old talking about.
I'm glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that.
So it bugs me out when you got 40-year-olds want to be in a 21-year-old club. Like, you know, bro, what are you talking about? Why are you even here?
Hold on for a minute. Hold on. I got to give applause for that, man. I got it. God crazy. Damn it! I got to give applause for that one. No, man. You know, you absolutely. You got to stay in. You got to stay in your lane, man. That's why I think with Sabi Radio, I don't try to do anything to, and I know where it is at right now. I've been in radio for 20 plus years, so I understand the dynamics of radio and the music business too. But the thing about it is, it's like you got to stay in your lane and you got to keep that niche. You got to keep her. You got to keep getting better at it. And the one thing I do like about you is, like you said, it's like, hey, look, I'm 43 years old right now. I can't, and I'm glad that you're the only one to act. Well, you and Sobuk, but some guys is like they try to be like they're my age, and they're trying to do what the young kids are doing. And I'm like, bro, I can't relate.
Again, that's basically it. Like if I'm 43 and I'm in a club and they playing whatever they playing that adapts to them 21-year-olds, I'm out of place already.
Even at 43?
Because I don't know what the hell they're
Oh,
talking about.
okay. I got you.
You understand what I'm saying? There's no, I don't see how a 43-year-old would want to go hang out in a club where there's 21-year-olds at. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are.
I don't know.
Because you got females that's like, a female that's like 35, she'll be like, I don't want to go to no 21 club. Like, I want to go to something a little bit more grown. So again, you know, that's like me and you going to a college party now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That is not gonna happen.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
You got dudes that's doing that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So like it's like even with DJing, a DJ is like, bro, if you know you at a certain age, why would you want to DJ that kind of party if you don't adapt to that? It's like some people don't know how to stay in their lane, and that's when it goes back to, I'm cool with being the guy that if I'm on the radio and all I'm playing is 90s, 2000s music, I'm okay with that. You understand what I'm saying? Because guess what? There's a whole group of people who would love to listen to it.
You got that right.
So I'm
Absolutely.
I just stay in my lane, bro. I'm staying in my lane, and I know what I got going on, and I'm not trying to do what nobody else is doing. Anytime somebody's doing something, I want to do the total opposite.
So, you know, wrapping up, what is next for DJ Alamo? And a bonus question: if you weren't a DJ, what would your career be? I always like to ask that.
Honestly, I'd probably be in the medical field.
Okay. And why is that?
Because I come from my family was always nurturers and taking care of.
Okay,
you know,
got you.
So it's already in my blood. I took care of my grandmother. I took care when she transitioned. I took care of her. I took care of, you know, my family. Like my family just coming up. My aunts, my uncles, my cousins, and all of us come from that energy of taking care of your own.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So if I'm gonna get paid to do something, I'm gonna get paid to do something that I like. And what's not a great thing to get paid to take care of somebody or do right by somebody, and you care that you're doing right by them. You want to go to work in the morning and to say, I don't want my client or whatever to have a mishap because I'm not there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That now you come into the caring part. So if I don't care, then I don't think I want to do it. You understand what I'm saying? You know, other than that, you know, yeah, I'll probably be in the medical field. I just came back from Denver, DJing. You know, I got like a month, every month residency, out there. So, you know, I'm back out there doing my flow out in Denver, Colorado. Shout to DJ Shadow and Blaze, my team, Buku, Loud, Trey. So I got my own movement in motion. That's where the strain comes in and everything like that.
How's that going?
It's amazing. I got another strain that I'm dropping 420 in Denver on 420.
Okay.
Yeah, they just gave it to me actually. Like when I came back, they offered it to me, and I said, yeah.
Will your strain be in stores in New Jersey?
No.
Why?
Because if you know what the business dealing like is in New Jersey with the dispensaries, all the dispensaries in New Jersey have to get weed from New Jersey people.
Yep. So you're right.
So there's no need for me to, you know what I'm saying? But if they want it, I got it.
Yeah, shout out to High Rollers out there in Atlantic City, New Jersey, because I did an interview with them and like he actually did break down everything. So You're absolutely 100% correct. You know what I mean? But yo, man, how can people, just get in contact with you? They want to collab. You got to be serious. Look. I'm gonna put it out there right now. If you're gonna hit a DJ Alamo, you got to be serious. You got to be serious about, are you dedicated to this art form? Because what you guys doing, it is art. So how can people get in contact with you? Serious people only. Go ahead.
And kind of just to piggyback off what you said, it's kind of like this: if I work harder than you, there's no need for you to come fuck with me. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that should entail right there. But other than that, Instagram, I am DJ Alamo, DJAlamo.com. The website is official. You can go there to contact me and get up with me, see what I got going on.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say the Instagram, DJAlamo.com. I am DJ Alamo on Instagram, Twitter. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not hard to find. I answer my DMs.
That's
I
what's up.
ain't that. I don't think nobody is that special. Not unless it's just overwhelming. But
Right.
again, I'm jumping the DM and let's see what happens.
Yo, shout out to the dispensary that you was at and you took the picture with Jim Jones, man. Cause that was a dope moment too.
Shout out to Gasland Cartel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, I might as well just put it out there. We bringing Styles P, man, 420 weekend.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What to Jersey?
Yeah.
That's nice. Nice. Bro, you're everywhere. Bro, you're everywhere.
And then we got NJ Wee Man Block Party coming back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a part of that. I'm put it like this, big bro. If it makes sense, I'm doing it. If it's something that's big, I'm doing it. Gillie Fest coming up soon.
Okay.
I got my birthday in May. I got a couple things coming up in May.
Okay.
But other than that, you know what I mean? I'm back booked like crazy. I'm doing these weddings, these destination weddings. I'm outside.
Oh, this what I meant to ask you too. Willingboro Jazz Festival. Are you still connected with that?
No, I'm done. We left Willingboro alone too.
Okay.
Be our own people, man. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Be our own people.
I know.
I'm bringing my annual cookout back May 3rd, man.
Thank you. Okay.
We're gonna be in Mount Holly this year. Mill Dam.
Okay.
Food trucks. Mental health, and it's mental health month, so I got the mental health speakers.
You know what? And you did it last year, and I know that we were supposed to set up an interview for that. And I apologize. I apologize for that, bro.
I didn't do it. I had canceled it because the township tried to. Once they got wind of who it was, they asked me for $1,000 more money. So
they asked you for what?
to be our own people. That's what I just said.
Wow.
So again, Mount Holly opened their doors, and they was very excited for me to bring that energy over there. It's for the kids, the moon bouncers, game trucks, face paint. Like, you know what I do. I'm doing this for
yes, sir.
For the town and for the area and for the people to have something. Bring your kids out, sit on the lawn, touch the grass. You know what I'm saying? Like get a water ice. Let your kid run around and get tired. You know what I mean?
Just be a kid. Yeah, I mean,
be a kid.
Yeah, man. Because I'm not even trying to get too deep, but that's what we need now because the world is so messed up right now, and we need like a feel good moments and feel good stories. And what you're doing, man, what you're doing and what you did, I mean, it's so incredible, man. So I salute you for that.
Appreciate it, man. Listen, man, it's the people that's behind me.
Is somebody behind you?
No, I'm just saying it's the people that's behind me that's helping. And shout to
my partner. Okay. No, I thought you meant somebody like literally.
No. Yeah. Shout out to my partner. Also, I want to shout out the young lady. She just opened up a new restaurant in Voorhees, black owned. Her name is Sean Crawford. Check it out, girl with the grill restaurant. Go get something to eat and tell her
I heard of that. Yes.
Yeah, go get something to eat, big dog, and tell her Alamo sent me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Other than that, I'm just rocking with the people that's rocking with me, bro.
Hey, look, man. Every time I go on Facebook or Instagram, I'm like, the hell is Alamo at now, man? He's always on an airplane somewhere. You're always just laying on the damn beach or something like that. But it's not jealousy. But I'm like, I'm so proud of this brother, man, because I done seen him the mixtape era, from radio stations to working with established artists, going on tour with established artists, and working with some of the biggest names now in the podcast game. And and I just been your friend. I just been along for the ride, man. And every time I call you, you pick up your phone, no matter how busy you are. Even like last week, you were like, "Yo, I'm out of town," but you still picked up your phone though, and that's love, man. That's so much respect. You didn't have to do that, but you did it. And I just appreciate our friendship, man. And it's more than music with me and you. I'll hit you up. Yo, how's everything going? I know that I've been a little busy lately. I know you've been a lot busy. So, but we still connect, man. So, but my last question. This is my very last question. You being a Giants fan and Gillie being an Eagles fan, how the hell does that work?
And I DJ'd the party.
Yes. How? How does that work?
Listen, man. I mean, again, that lets you know how my friend feels about me.
Right. No, you're right. You're right.
He thanks me all the time for Saquon. He'd be like, "Thank you, bro."
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for Saquon, bro.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, what can I say, man? Like, it's a blessing. My boy done became the mascot. He became the lucky jewel to them, and that's how they feel. And this guy's at the Super Bowl. He was able to watch the Super Bowl, be at the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, come home, be at the parade, be on the parade, be a part of the parade in his own truck while everybody's waiting. The players go by and they like, hey, Gillie, like, come on, man. I just remember, I remember when niggas was saying, Gillie, I ain't getting no money. And that was like, you can't even get close to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's a blessing in disguise, man. I'm just happy my friends are my friends and they believe in me. And that's what fuels me. It's like my man believes in me to do a job.
Bro,
so
do you
to
know
me, that's enough.
Do you know Too Short's record actually shot up?
Yes.
I mean, everybody's playing it, bro.
Number one record on iTunes.
I was just at
did you see his page? He to the point where he put Gillie. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna get some. You help me get back to where I'm at. I'm gonna get some money too. We gonna put out this merch." Now they got the merch shirts that they both eating off of on the strength of bringing him that song back. Was how long? What?
Oh my God!
How long is that? That's something that song came out in 1998.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
like 20 plus years. Bro, I was at a cabaret with a bunch of old people. They played that song. And everybody, the crazy thing about it is everybody knew that song. And the crazy thing about it is everybody thinks it's a new damn song. It's not.
It's not. It's the thing about it. The thing about it is me personally, I've been playing I've been playing that song every year of my life since I had it, because it's always been one of those songs that wherever you play that, no matter where it's at now, it was still a hit when it came on.
Shout out to Too Short, man.
Shout to number one, and so nobody can tell me my boys, my homies ain't the influence.
They are.
And I'll leave you with our slogan: we are the cool. So that's where I get my energy from these guys. Like my friends are multimillionaires in front of me. They wasn't multimillionaires 6 years ago.
Yeah. You're right.
And we was all together 6 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So just seeing my man elevate and get his flowers right now. He's on Club Shay. It's like, what?
Yeah, I saw that. It was a great interview.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you know, he's playing on the big three with Ice Cube. Like, he's all over ESPN. He was being interviewed with Bill Belichick, Ryan Clark. Come on.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
more do you want from my man?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Let me ask you like a side question. Does Gillie ever think about putting out any music, or he's just not? Nah, I don't even want to do that anymore.
Me and Cosmic Kev had him thinking about it, but he like, man, I'm just about my daughter. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm pretty sure I can get him to do something, but it's like I gotta bribe him.
Nah, that's what's up, man. Hey, look, man. Like I said, man, I watched you from afar. Now I have an opportunity to actually be, you know, associated with you, be your friend. And, you know, I just want to, you know, congratulate you for everything that you've done, man, because, you know, it's truly amazing from, you know, you're the definition of hard work. If you put in the hard work and if you don't give up, you know, good things will happen to you. And if you stay grounded in what you have done, and it's the results of what's everything that's going on right now. Like, your business game is so crazy. It's not even funny. You're always out of town. You know, you're always, you know, you're always doing something in the industry. And, you know, a lot of people want to do that, but they don't want to put in the hard work. And you have put in the hard work, my friend. And I thank you for that.
Man, blessings. I appreciate you. Appreciate the words. I'm like you said, if you my friend, I'm picking up the phone. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning that from my friends. You understand what I'm saying?
Word.
So it's, you know, it's always love here, bro. There's always gonna be love here. We good to go. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to you and all the accomplishments you have. You know, Side B Radio was at one time. You everybody wanted to beat you up for something, didn't even know who you look, what you look like.
Oh my God, that
You know
shit,
what I'm saying?
bro.
Like,
That shit was
I remember. You know what I mean?
bro.
So you
Shit was crazy.
You gave so many people opportunities, artists, DJs, people who didn't even take your opportunity to advantage because of their own ego. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's just, you know, like, more blessing to you. And shout to SG, because SG was the one that, you know, RIP to him. He was the one that kind of, you know, was catapulting for a lot of things. And again, listen, man, like, everything happens for a reason.
You know, shout out to SG. To be honest, he made it easier for me to start Side B Radio. And the one thing I loved about SG, even though that we had hip hop shows on, his was on Fridays, mine was on Sundays, we both cross promoted. And, you know, because you know how this business is. Oh, I ain't promoting that. I ain't listening to that. SG would call me, yo, bro, that song that you just played, yo, it's hot, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, we both supported each other. And when I heard that he passed, man, that tore me up, man. Because, like, he was a really good dude.
Yeah, he would do anything for anybody.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So, you know, blessings to him, man. So, you know, other than that, him and his family, you know what I mean, they all good, you know what I mean? So they good folks, man. So, you know, again, like I said, you know, it's more to come. Every weekend is something different. The top of the we just finishing out this new year the right way, and we just gonna keep stepping on people next, man, and just keep working, man.
That's all you can do, man. Hey, look, man, I really want to thank you for coming on, and, you know, anything that you need from me, man, just holler at me. You know, the records that you want to send me, just go ahead and send them, man. And, you know, we're just gonna make that happen, and we're gonna support each other, man. You know, well, we always did, but we're gonna continue to support each other.
That's right. I mean, whatever you got going on, you know what I mean? I know what it is. You thought, even if you just throw up the Side B Radio flyer, I'm sharing it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, sometimes what people don't understand is the more that they see people rocking with each other, it rubs off on them. So we're gonna keep that going, bro.
Hey, and real quick, you will be down in Atlantic City. I know. Shout out to Rob. Because Rob already pulled you in with his radio station. I know that you're going to be down there in Atlantic City, either on the radio or either hosting shows down there. So I can't wait for that, bro. I don't live that far from Atlantic City, so I will be down there, bro.
Yeah, so Atlantic City is second home from home. We'll be out there real soon. We got some things coming up anyway.
Yes,
I ain't
sir.
throw it out there yet, but we got some things coming up. And shout to Rob, because Rob definitely, is one of those people that, it's like if you mess up a relationship with him, it's you.
It's you. Yep, you're right.
So, you know what I mean? We good to go, big dog.
All right. Hey, look, man, you take care of yourself, and we're going to keep it contacted, okay?
All right, appreciate you, man. Stay safe, man. Stay out the way, and make sure them people on that bus don't give you no more problems, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I picked another run. I'm not on the 400. Like, look, this is South Jersey / Camden talk right now. If anybody doesn't know that, the 400 line is a complete mess. I work for New Jersey Transit, and let me tell you something. If you can do the 400 line, you can do anything in the world possible. And like that 400. Bro, look, it's a lot of stories on that.
I could just imagine.
It's a lot of stories.
So
somebody
stay safe, brother, man.
Yeah, yo, real quick. Somebody just overdosed on my man's bus today on the 400. And I was like, and I typed them back. I was like, thank God I don't do that 400 anymore. But, hope the guy, whoever overdosed, I hope he's okay. But, that's just how it is.
Let's pray for the best for that. All
yeah,
right?
man. Hey, look, man, I want to thank you for coming on. And like I said, we're going to keep in contact, okay?
All right, let me know, man. Appreciate you.
All right, appreciate you, bro. Much love.
Later.
Hey, look, man. That was a very good interview, man. Shout out to my man DJ Alamo out there. Please go out and support him, check him out, because he's doing a lot of things, and he continues to do a lot of things. And this is like the first installment of Respected DJs, because I think I'm gonna try to get DJ Caesar on. Of course, DJ Soulbug, he does the podcast with me. And we're just gonna be doing it like that, man, because the DJ is still very important in hip hop, in the culture. I don't care what nobody says, I know that times have changed, and artists have gotten away from the DJ, but if you want your career to sound better or go further, you need that orchestrator as the DJ in the background, just commanding everything, because they're the ones that command the crowd, and and they can get the crowd up, they can get the crowd down. So you got to respect the DJ, and I want to thank all the DJs out there, especially DJ Alamo, for coming on. And that's how we're gonna do it, man. So this is another installment of Side B TV, and I will talk to you guys later on. Peace.